Hi, my name is Chris Elam, and I am the choreographer for the Misnomer Dance Theater. I graduated Brown in 1998, and it is my true pleasure to be able to congratulate each and every one of you for being recipients of the Weston Award. I wish I could say that this video was a live broadcast from the Ukraine, but it is actually a pre-recorded video from my apartment in Brooklyn. I will be in the Ukraine next week during the Weston Awards, and I wish very much I could be there with you. So this is a really exciting evening to be able to recognize the accomplishments that you have made. And I guess what I would like to speak with you about today a little bit is how one goes forward from that. I started my dance company, Misnomer Dance Theater, my senior year of Brown, and that was actually the project for which I received the Weston Award. I pulled together 5 dancers, and we rehearsed all year long, and we received the award at the end of the year. And then after that, I was graduating, and I decided that I wanted to continue trying to make Misnomer work. I didn't know how to start a company, but I had a lot of interest in continuing to choreograph, and I moved to New York. And now, 10 years out, the company has grown into a full-fledged touring modern dance company. How did this happen? I think that one of the most important things I can offer this evening is to say that self-definition is critical to any life in the arts. The way that you define who you are and what you are will color the way that you're perceived by other individuals, by organizations, and will help yourself set up your own guiding points for moving forwards. People often ask me how I started my company, and my response is that I started by saying, I have a company. Well before there was a board of directors or any infrastructure behind us. It was that idea of saying, this is what I am doing, and then taking the steps to lead towards that, which was critical. Going to Brown was one of the best things I could do. Oh gosh, sounds like a commercial for Brown, and it is, isn't it? I really found great value in my time at Brown, and continue to have a very strong relationship, both with the school and with the people who I knew at the time from Brown and the people who I continue to meet out in the field in Brown, because there are a lot of really fascinating people, as you must know if you look to your left and to your right, who are thinking creatively at the school. My Brown experience helped prepare me for a life in the arts in a lot of ways. Being an artist in the United States also means being an entrepreneur, and I have found that in addition to the 30 hours a week that I spend in the studio being a creative person building dances, I spend at least that many hours outside of the studio being a creative person building a company. And that involves doing publicity, marketing, fundraising, organizational management, leadership. There are so many different facets, and I really enjoy them all because I'm curious about people, and I think that Brown had a really big impact. And as an artist, you've got to interact with other people and get your hands dirty and muddy and really put yourself forwards. And you'll find that there are a lot of people who return that to you. As much as I put out energy, I am amazed constantly by the remarkable people who keep connecting into the work that we're doing. So you build momentum together. And I'm sure that each of you are aware of this, because for the projects that you have done, I'm sure that there's been a lot of teamwork and exchange. And exchange perhaps is a very good word to describe what occurs at Brown. So I found that I've really been able to draw upon that experience a lot over the years. The summer after my senior year at Brown, I went to the American Dance Festival. And this is a very large dance festival where the main choreographers in the field were teaching. And one by one I asked each of the main choreographers if I can set up an hour with them to sit down and show them a video of the dances I had made during my senior year, for which I received my Weston Award. And I sat down with each of these choreographers and showed them the work to get their perspective and feedback. And I can't say how valuable this was. It widened my perception as a young artist of what choreography meant, to hear 10 different very well-known choreographers talk about the work. And it also formed relationships in the field. And now, 10 years later, 2 of those people are on the advisory board for my dance company. So this is just an example of how important it is to really, put yourself out there, talk with people, seek and create your own opportunities, and to listen a lot. As artists, your time and energy is going to be your strongest resource. It's important to keep yourself healthy and to really focus on doing the type of work that you want to be doing, and take risks to allow yourself to put up projects and do the things that you think you'd want to do. For myself, I have always been very interested in traveling, cultural anthropology, dance, and people. The choreography that I make is looking into the ways that humans try to connect with each other and to understand one another and be understood. I'm fascinated by what happens when you put 2 or 3 people together on a stage and look at the improbable ways that they try to connect with each other. And when I travel, I went to Indonesia for 7 months to train the Topeng dance. I was teaching on faculty in Istanbul, Turkey for 6 months. Went down to Cuba for 2 months to create a new choreography, to Brazil to tour, where we did intensive projects in Holland and in Ireland. And in each of these travels, it has enabled being part of a community where we have these interesting exchanges on a cultural level and on a movement level. And it gives me a lot of inspiration for the work that I do. And then in between each of the trips, we return back to New York and create New York seasons. So this is an example of the way that I've tried to pull my various interests into crafting the organization behind the work that we do. So once again, I would like to congratulate you for the work that you have accomplished here, and just to say best of wishes for all of your future endeavors. I'm here in New York, and I would be happy to be a resource to each and every one of you. So if you're ever visiting New York, please feel free to be in touch. We can get together for lunch and be interested in hearing about what you're up to. Once again, congratulations, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Thank you.